Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay and welcome to another YouTube video. Well, this one's part 3 in my epic Arctic Polar Isle of Harris video series, where hopefully if you've seen parts 1 and 2, you'll know that the island went just completely white. It's almost unheard of to have that much sustained cold polar maritime air for 3 days solid. It was just snow, squall and blizzard after blizzard, and everything just went completely white. Now in this video you're going to see that things change pretty fast actually, and in the space of a day I'm just dealing with a completely different landscape. Frankly, you'll see that things just aren't actually as good as some of the days that I've had, and I go through that thing a lot of us photographers have probably been through before, which is kind of just feeling like you can't really be asked to take some photos, but in a brilliant setting, right? And the risk with that kind of attitude is if you don't press through it, you can still miss some brilliant moments. And what's about to come in from the Atlantic are a couple of storms. They bring a lot of energy along with all of that warmer, milder, wetter weather, and there are some moments of absolutely incredible light. So this video is all about how I handled all of that essentially. Now, before we get stuck into things, I do just want to show you an image that I didn't show in the previous videos because I processed it later, but it's absolutely one of my most favorite from those 3 incredible days. I'm on Luskintyre, some light has swept through me, and it's just it's an image I look at that just really takes me straight back to that beach and those islands where it felt like being in the Arctic somewhere. I've got some incredible breaking light in the distance. It's almost sort of beckoning me towards it, and if it wasn't kind of tens of kilometers away, then who knows, I might have just started trying to walk towards it. But in front of me I had a wonderful photo, very kind of minimalist scene. I've got a little mound of snow, the whole place is covered white, and that mound is kind of mirroring the shape of Taransay, and the line of the sea against the beach and the shoreline is just pulling you into that light, into the distance. It's just a magical moment, and it's the kind of light that you only really see in those kinds of conditions. So yeah, one to remember. I've actually got it up on my desktop as my screensaver at the minute because it really does just bring back some fond memories. Okay, enough of that. Let's get stuck into the video and we can see how things start to pan out. Morning folks, welcome to day 4 I think it is, on Harris, and just come down to the coast. Tide's high this morning, lots of rain coming in. It's really I guess tumultuous is the phrase. So I'm just hanging around and seeing what it's doing. All of the snow is gone, mind you, and well, that's what happens. It's a shame, but there's different shots to be had in this kind of weather. And I'm just having a little look at all this gneiss, I think it's called, these smooth, round, marbled boulders. They're really quite something. If you have a little look, if I just zoom in when I sort myself out. So there's some potential here. There is some potential. It is a bit of a foam party though, and I've left those days behind me now. Everyone remembers BCMs in Magaluf. My good God. So there'll be no foam party for me on this trip, but I might be able to move around a bit to the left or right and clear out some of the foam. We'll see. I haven't really found anything that particularly jumps out. There's almost so much nice stuff here, no pun intended, that you almost need a kind of some you know, a load of red boulders with one green one in the middle, or vice versa, or something square or jaggedy amongst all the curves, just to give a bit of a focal point. And the coastline's quite nice, it's got a bit of a winding outcrop of rocks, and the Harris Hills are still white. Tarrantay has taken a blasting overnight, sadly. No longer is it white. So yeah, that's the shot. Possibly I'll have a little look around, and if I find something I'll pop it up on screen. Shortly after this, I headed back inside for some breakfast, and the storm began to roll in with one or two rainbows appearing. You can see the patchy snow still dotted about the place, and I felt like it was still possible up on higher ground to maybe make an image or two with it in. So I headed out and up into the Golden Road to see what I could find. So it's middle of the day, and I've come up to somewhere along the Golden Road, and I couldn't tell you where, but from the car it was pretty clear to see all of the erratics strewn across the landscape, and we've got this rather nice backdrop of I guess it's almost three peaks, because the one in the middle is a peak, but the one on the right is kind of half a peak, and the one on the left just doesn't really want to be a peak at all. But it makes a nice distant part of the image, and we've found some erratics. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There's kind of one down here, another big one in the middle, and then somewhere in the image there's one kind of on the left. Makes for quite a nice shot. If I just spin you around and talk you through some of the considerations, I'm actually going portrait, just to focus in on, we've got 1, 2, 3 and a bit of a diagonal crack down the left, and then there's almost a faint dark ridgeline leading you back from the left and up into the mountains. Compositional considerations, it's pretty straightforward really. I did take a couple raised a little bit higher, but I've just decided to bring the tripod down a little bit so that centre erratic just breaks above the rock line of the slab behind it, because when it's a bit up higher and you're tilted down, it doesn't really quite stand out as much as the way it does when I've dropped down a little bit. So yeah, it's one of those, it might look better the first way I took it in post, but yeah, that's fine, we'll see. We've got some gorgeous light sweeping in. I think I'm about to get hit by a storm actually. I wish some of that light was kind of on the left of the frame here, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm actually wanting some of this side light to just break through the cloud and give me a bit of a yellowy glow on my foreground here against the slightly darker, more ominous feel to the mountains behind. But I'm going to put this away, maybe prepare for a bit of a rain blasting, and I'll pop the image up on screen now. So, you know, I think it's probably an okay image. Those erratics are really, really nice as foreground, and there's certainly some atmosphere in the distance with those peaks popping in and out of the cloud and the murk coming in, but if I'm honest, I'm not really sure it's complete enough of an image. It definitely lacks some light shining somewhere into the image, either in the distance or on the foreground. And the problem is that midground is just a bit too messy. That patchy snow doesn't ever really work in images like this, and there's quite a lot of it, so that ends up dominating the attention in the end. And like I said, without that light to hold the viewer, it just probably doesn't stand up. And that was the story of the day, really. So nothing else to report of note, and we join things on the next morning.
Morning again, folks, and we are back on Loskentire out the sand dunes. It's sunrise, and yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to have much joy again with these dunes. The snow's gone, but it's still really, really wet, actually, so haven't got any of those textures and patterns again, certainly no duotone stuff. There's a lot of footprints as well, which is, they do look like animal prints, but I think it's going to be a bit tricky again this morning. I'm not sure there's anything that I'm really that interested in here. We've got a couple of mounds. The light's going to come up over there. I might shoot to the right so I get a bit of side lit grasses or something like that, but yeah, a bit underwhelmed. And this, I mean, look, I've shot this scene before, but it is lovely when the wind and the sand is doing its thing. But on this trip, it's turning into my nemesis a little bit, I think. Out to the right, we should have storm Aisha, however you pronounce it, blowing in. I don't think it's going to hit until later in the day, so it's pretty clear out there. And I mean, that's my other option. But skies are looking just a little bit blue, and I not really interested in blue skies above my images. So we'll see. There's always the potential for it to be epic when you've got a bit of a gap like that. Obviously, if the sun peeps through and the clouds get a bit diffused and that light turns hazy and orange, that could be really, really nice. But I need something of interest at my feet in the foreground. Actually, there's a few exposed shells here which are quite nice, but they're just a little bit too little, a bit too small to really feature in the shot. So I'm going to keep looking, stop rambling on. Might go a bit further back and see if there's anything I can do with the big tufts of grass. But yeah, be back in a bit. Let's see if it all kicks off. No footprints. Rubbish. More rubbish. So many footprints. They're probably my bloody footprints from the other day. More footprints. And more footprints. Yeah, not feeling it. Well, I found something. Just about. Yeah, it's okay. Portrait shot, tilting down into the grasses. I've managed to find a patch of sand which actually doesn't have footprints in it and has some interesting undulations and looks in the right way. Although there's not much happening in the sky. Big bank of clouds has swept across and has blotted it all out. So it's not really going so great this morning. Still lovely, mind. I'll quit my moaning and just enjoy the moment, I guess. The light might get out if you look up there. It might pop up above those clouds. Might, yeah, maybe not. Might take a bit of time that I'm not prepared to wait. There's a bit of a glow over there. I'll see. I'll give it 20 or 30 more minutes, see if the light comes out. If not, I'm going to feck off back to the cottage and have some square sausage and bacon and scrambled eggs and just wait for this storm to come in, I think. And it's happening. It is happening. Look at that light. I've got to be careful. This Osmo is not waterproof and the beams are coming through. I've got to go. I've got to shoot this. See ya. Whew. That was good fun. That was good fun. The light, as you can see, is still glowing over there, but it kind of just, the beams came down and swept across me, and I was shooting into the distance. It swept across my foreground. I'm still shooting 2 or 3 focus stack shots. I'm at f11 now. It's a bit brighter, faster, shutter speed a bit faster, which is good. But it was a wipe job and then shoot with the timer, so I don't have any droplets on my lens. And believe it or not, I'm actually quite happy with the shoot this morning. After all of that, I just wasn't feeling it, you know. Footprints everywhere, the undulations aren't really that interesting. I've got to be careful of the bag because it's drizzling with rain. But in the end, I think that shot will do. Yeah, the light was nice. The light came good in the end. And it's still pretty nice, to be honest. It's all that yellow is kind of taking. It was very magenta, and that magenta wasn't working with the rest of the tones in the image. So that light has stripped all of that out. I think it's gone now. There's a bit of a gap over there. It might sweep across and glow down again. But all in all, not a bad morning. In the end, square sausage has been earned, as has some crispy bacon, as has some special scrambled eggs. I might stick around and just try and nab one more as the sun moves to the right, but overall, happy Dem after what was looking like being a bit of a shit morning. Just goes to show, stick around, see what the conditions give you. Might be surprised. Happy days. See you all in a bit.
So I'm going to leave it there for this one. I think that's plenty to be getting on with, and it just goes to show that you know, even when you're not feeling it, if you're out in a special place, it is well worth persevering. It's never over until the fat lady starts to sing. Can I say that anymore in this day and age? Is this one of those sayings that is just no longer acceptable? Who knows? Anyway, I've said it now. Moving swiftly on, I think you get the point that I'm trying to make here. And certainly with that Atlantic weather swinging in, it's super changeable. And, you know, if you've got nothing else better than going back for breakfast, I know we all like a bit of square sausage every now and then, and certainly a coffee. But there was plenty of time to be getting on with that. And I think after that shot, I didn't shoot anymore for the rest of the day. So that's it for this one. Do stick around. There is going to be a part 4. We have Storm Isha and Storm Joshua moving in, and boy, does that bring some incredible scenes in. Harris turns into Rainbow City, which it's renowned for anyway. And all of that's to come in the video that's going to be coming along in a week's time or so. So that's it. Like I said, it's that usual part of the video where I thank you all for watching. Please do leave a little thumbs up or a comment if you are there. I do like to hear from you and know what you thought of the video. And most importantly, if you're a new person that's just found my channel, please do remember to subscribe. It all does make a difference, and it'll let you know when I put up new videos too. I think there's a little bell icon that you can click and it will notify you. So yeah, like I said, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on next one again soon, which will be part 4 in about a week's time. So I'll see you all in a bit. Bye.